Mal's starting Mother 3 for like, I don't know how many times.
Fourth, second in English.
Interesting. Yeah, if you guys have never played Mother 3, you should play it. You should play it.
It's one of my favorite songs.
It's translated, so play Mother 3. It's a fantastic game. It's also really fun to play on a gigantic screen because it was, originally made for the Game Boy Advance.
Big.
Yeah, I know. Originally it's that big, but pixelated games, when they're blown up, they look fine. That looks beautiful. So, play it on your computer or something. Or if you have like a flash card, you can play it on your Game Boy or your DS. So, play it. It's a good game. It's a good game. Seriously. I actually get asked all the time if I'm going to be doing a Mother 3 Let's Play, and my response has always been no. It's not, I mean, maybe in the future, but for the most part, I feel like Mother 3 is one of those games that it's kind of an emotional title, and I think it's best left for the player to play themselves. Like, I kind of feel like since it is such a work of art, I would be ruining it by commentating over it. Earthbound, I don't feel like that. Earthbound, I mean, as far as like gameplay goes, like Earthbound, I don't know, it doesn't have much of a story. I mean, it's a fun game and I really enjoyed it. It's my favorite game, but as far as story goes, it doesn't really hold a candle to Mother 3. So I always felt like I would ruin that with commentary, and that's why I have never done it as an LP. In other news, I have something to show you guys that will probably be pretty exciting. Check this out. That is Pokemon's. This isn't me actually recording the LP. This is just a screen test. But everything's working pretty good. And I know it's not the actual LP, but I did go ahead and name my Bulbasaur Greg, because that's going to be his name in the LP. But it came out pretty good. It's going to be in 720, and it should be pretty freaking sharp because of the pixels being scaled up. Now, one question we get asked every time that we do a game that can be emulated, we always get asked, are you playing on an emulator or a cart? And I have always been very firm in thinking that it really doesn't matter. As of late, the answer that we've been giving people is we do whatever is going to give the viewers the best quality, which is absolutely true. Because what it comes down to is I don't want to tell people what we record with, because I don't want anyone to be judgmental towards emulators, which is, it's like this insane idea, that emulators are some kind of evil demon spawn. No, that's ridiculous. In fact, when you're playing with an emulator, you can get the game to look better than it would on an actual console. And yes, I understand that some emulators are imperfect, and there are certain ROMs that don't always work to 100%, but most of the time emulation is pretty freaking perfect. Anyone who claims otherwise is simply misinformed, because emulators have come an incredibly long way, especially for older systems, NES and Super NES. Most of the emulation for those two systems is perfect. Pretty much every single ROM on those systems is perfect. We've also been able to do things with emulators that we can't do on consoles. For example, Nintendo 64 games. Nintendo 64 games are 4x3, but using a Nintendo 64 emulator, you can actually force it into 16x9, not stretched. You can actually pull out the sides of the game and play 16x9. And of course, the models are upscaled, and a lot of people say, well, it makes it look ugly because the textures are ugly. And if that's a problem, you can actually play with updated textures. So, yeah. I understand that there are console purists. I mean, that's absolutely fine. There's some people who say, I just want to sit on my couch and play it with a controller. I don't want to play it at my computer, and I want to get the full experience. And to those people, I say, why don't you get a USB adapter? I mean, if you've been watching my videos for any period of time, you will know that I love Super Nintendo. It's my favorite console of all time, and I feel like it has the best library of any other system to date. These things. This is a wonderful little tool. This allows you to plug two Super Nintendo controllers into a USB slot, and you can play with actual Super Nintendo controllers, so you get that same feel. So I mean, I understand that there are console purists, and I know that even above and beyond sitting at the computer screen, even though there's HDMI now and you can hook it up to a TV and you can actually sit on the couch and play emulation scaled up so it's beautiful with an actual controller, I know that despite all of those things, there's still going to be people who want to play on an actual system. I'm one of those people. That's why we're making, a retro room. If I just wanted to play all the games, I mean, I've got a modded Xbox that runs, pretty much everything perfect, and we would just play with that. I'd get some kind of adapter so we could play with the actual controllers, and we'd be good to go. But I like playing on the actual system, so I kind of understand where they're coming from. But you can't point the finger at emulators and say emulators are imperfect, because that is absolute hogwash. So with all of that being said, we're going to go back to the original question, and the original question was, do you record the games with an emulator, or do you use the actual card? And my answer for that is, we do what will bring the best quality to the viewers, and that is a really good answer. I know we've talked about all this before, but I think every once in a while it's good to jump back to the fact that emulators are not evil. It's something that I feel needs to be reminded to people occasionally, because sometimes people get on this kick, man. I've seen it. I'm not for piracy, definitely support the developers and buy the games, but especially older games that you can't even buy anymore, like Earthbound. I mean, you can't buy Earthbound. You can't do it. There's no way to support the developer. You should not feel bad about emulating that game, especially whenever buying it secondhand off some guy in Illinois is going to cost you $150. Anyway, I know that it was a short day, but that's actually going to be it for today. There's a lot of other stuff I wanted to accomplish. I really do want to get to that mat, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore. When it happens, it'll happen. Today I've just been spending most of my day editing videos. I'm trying to get caught up so I can actually get started on Pokemon, fingers crossed, tomorrow, but I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?